Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So I thought today what I would do is I would share with you some of my favorite things from my first trimester. So hopefully you can see me in a majority of this. I am in my third trimester now, so it did take me a little bit of time to think about what I used a lot in my first trimester. In my first trimester, it was summer to fall, so pretty nice weather, pretty easy, very simple. It did start to get pretty cool. I mean, I pretty much had end of August, September, October, and November. So by November it was pretty cold, but these are the things that I found clothing-wise and like things I ate and used for body care that I really liked and helped me get through the first trimester. And a few things I learned along the way that I really wish I would have known before. That, you know, when you're in your first trimester, you don't want to tell a lot of people, or you don't tell people that you're pregnant, so you're pretty much just trying to hide the fact that you're pregnant. And I know from my experience now, I think for me, I would rather tell people that I'm pregnant because I was very nauseous and very exhausted. I pretty much felt like I was carrying around sandbags and got hit by a train almost my whole pregnancy first trimester. And you don't go and see your OBGYNs till 9 weeks. And there are a few things that they told me that really helped me that would have been great to know that first month and a half when I was dying. Okay, I really felt like I might be dying. I knew I wasn't, but I felt like it. So, One, I worked in retail, so I was working 9 to 5, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'd work like noon to about 10, so a 10-hour shift on Wednesdays, and then I worked every other weekend. Yeah, Saturday shifts were 10 hours. So I worked a lot, I was on my feet a lot, and I was exhausted a lot. I had like a 30-minute lunch, and then we had like a little spot in like our back room where we have extra stock, but also where we keep like our snacks. So one thing I want to say is, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, make sure you have a water bottle and you always have it with you. It's very important to stay hydrated because your body needs that extra water to stay working well. It takes a lot of water to create cells. It takes a lot of water to run a body. It takes a lot of water to stay, maintain your temperature. And I noticed I got hot flashes and things like that. So water was very important to staying hydrated. So I always had a water, and I just drink plain water. Also, I cut back on my caffeine right away, and I had been working on this because I knew eventually I wanted to be pregnant and I wanted to be able to not have like crazy withdrawals from caffeine. But it was hard because I was used to still drinking like caffeine and my coffee in the morning and then having pop later. So if you're used to that, one thing you can do is you can have apples. Apples actually have a natural caffeine in them that gives you that spike in energy and that extra boost. So I found that that was a really good way to help with my caffeine. The next thing I want to talk about in like kind of the health and food things is prenatal vitamins. So I had really bad nausea, as I mentioned. So I was taking like an amazing, what I still believe is an amazing prenatal vitamin, and I had been taking it before, but it was a hard one that you have to swallow. And then I was taking a separate DHA, which is like your fish oil type of thing, and I believe that they were some of the most nutritious vitamins, but I could not swallow the fish oil one. I could barely get my just the prenatal down, and then I had to do the separate fish oil, and it was not good. So this is what I learned when I went to my first OB appointment, they asked me if I was taking one and if I had DHA or whatever. What they suggested is that I do a gummy. So I found this one, the Nature's Bounty. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not saying whatever, but the flavor's decent. It's not super sweet and sugary. That's another thing. I had like an extreme aversion to sugar, like sweet things. Did not want them. I actually ended up not drinking any coffee because I don't like black coffee, and I was so thirsty all the time. And I didn't want the sweetener in my coffee. I would make the coffee, it would smell so good, I would think, oh, it's so amazing, and I would take like one drink and want to throw it up, which is insane for me. So no sugar. So this was a really good alternative because they're not super sweet, they don't have a super strong taste, and I would just eat them with my breakfast. I just have them. I just try to make sure anytime I did take prenatals that I was eating breakfast with them. I felt like these didn't have a bad aftertaste, so if I ended up like having to throw them in my pocket and then I'd already ate my breakfast and then I'd eat them, it was fine. Or if I ate them a couple minutes before, I wouldn't get sick or anything. And it got me the DHA, which I feel like the vitamins are very important in the first trimester because that's when you are creating cells. You are creating brains, bones, all of those essential parts of your baby. So a gummy vitamin with your DHA is amazing. A lot of water to keep you hydrated, keep it in your car, keep it everywhere, and then keep snacks. Bring snacks everywhere. And for snacks, things I found that were great. Pop-Tarts are easy to travel with. I'm not saying they're super healthy, but they are travelable. They don't need refrigerated. I also found nuts to be amazing. Almonds, pistachios, because they have fats which make you full and they are just a more sustained energy, and then any kind of protein. So yogurts, if you can have dairy. I can't have dairy, so that made it very difficult. But like cheese can be a really good one for more healthy fats and proteins. And then also like even just like deli meat and microwave it. I did a lot of deli meat on crackers. I also carried crackers around, but I found crackers only gave me like instant relief. It was not long term. Where if I had something protein like a hard-boiled egg, that was amazing. Apples, I brought like snap peas, carrots, any kind of fruit. Those were all really good things that kept me feeling full. But I really found that like the nut packs that are already done were just great things to have, especially when I was at work. And then I literally always ate right before I went somewhere and brought a snack with, and I tried not to be out of my house past an hour because I was normally hungry, would get hungry like every 2 hours. And by 3 hours, I was about to throw up. I did not throw up a lot, but I felt like I was going to. And part of that is I hate throwing up. I refuse to throw up. I did when I was brushing my teeth a few times, and oh my goodness, like I was sobbing. It happened 3 times and it was awful. But I sucked it up and we got through it. Now, other things in nausea and when you're out and about and you just don't feel good, some of that can be due to your vitamins being deficient. I found for nausea relief things that the best thing was these Preggie Pop Drops. Love these, will recommend them. I used them so much, especially at my job, because I just keep them in a bag because they do say Preggie Pop on them, so it's a little obvious. But they're like a hard candy, so that was great. We're kind of getting into the sickness season, so I told people they were cough drops. Genius. But I got the kind that's sour raspberry and sour lemon, and that's amazing because I love sour candies, and you suck on them, so you're more focused on sucking on the candy than your actual nausea feelings. But they just come prepackaged like this. You can take, I think, 2 or 4 in a day. I don't know. What does it say? Serving size is 1 piece. It really doesn't say. But they have vitamin B6 in it, and a proprietary blend of essential oils. It's a really high amount of vitamin B6. So I would just try to do one, maybe 2 in a day, but I found these to be super helpful if I did get really nauseous and I wasn't going to be able to eat for a little bit longer. These would normally hold me over a half hour to an hour before I like had to eat. So that's something. Do not try the ginger stuff. Okay, if you're nauseous, unless you love ginger, like you're not gonna all of a sudden fall in love with ginger. And ginger is spicy. It's freaking spicy. So I got some like mango ginger little suck-on candies, and the mango part was great, but the ginger was so spicy, gave me a migraine, and I was like, huh. So these are by far the best, and definitely don't even try the other ones. If you can't find these in stock, just order them online and wait. Okay, then for I also used Stress Away Essential Oil. I love this one from Young Living to help remain calm because pregnancy can be overwhelming. There's a lot of things, and this helped me sleep because I definitely was waking up a lot. So I loved that. I added it to baths. I also took quite a few Epsom salt baths, Epsom salt and baking soda to help detoxify my body, to calm my body, relax my muscles, and to just help my body. And then for my skin, I did from here all the way to like past my butt, like thighs. I used these products from Senegence, which is my favorite skincare and makeup brand. This is climate control, so it has hyaluronic acid, which is a humectant. It pulls water in from the air into your skin. I used this and I would just spray it on everything in my belly lightly, and in the second trimester this became a lifesaver. And then Nangai oil, which is an oil that seals in moisture. And then I loved my Advanced Hydration Body Lotion. Those were kind of the things that I used all over, and I always used this, but these are skincare products that are really great for any part of your skin, mostly focused on your face, but I started using them on these areas because they renew your skin cells faster, so it helped a lot with reducing stretch marks. Then let's see if I can do this in 3 minutes. For clothing, I found soft bralettes were really comfy. They're stretchy. They have a wider band, so they adjust with your body, and it was just more comfortable than an underwire. My boobs were sore. I also found that Lululemon's Align leggings have been my favorite. These are my original pre-pregnancy size, and honestly, they worked for me up through the second trimester. They just started not fitting because this band here became a little too tight, and I definitely would say they are worth the investment. I wore these all the time. I had to wear black at work, and I would actually just wear these with a dress over top, and the band folded underneath was really great support for my belly. I did wear it over my belly pretty much the whole first trimester though, and they're just so soft and comfy, and pretty much I wore them for everything because they were supportive and soft and comfy. I also found that having a belt like the Mission belts, this is my husband's because mine's packed away, it got too small, is great because it has all these little adjustment sizes. So as my waist grew, even though I was wearing like a pair of pants with belt loops, I could just slowly make it just a little bit bigger. So the belt clicks, and then you just tap it and it just gets a little bit bigger each time. So I found that the Mission belt was an amazing belt, so I didn't have to keep buying one, and I could adjust with those little changes because your belly doesn't just grow an inch overnight. So that helped. And then also for pants, I found towards the end that tight pants were just not comfortable. So I started rolling my yoga pants down underneath and making them really low rise. Or for like my jeans, I used a little ponytail and just put that on here so then when I'd sit down, they'd have a little give to them. And you just do that. You've probably seen that hack, but I found that that was really useful. And then lastly, for tops, I found that anything that was just more straight cut and loose was really cute and comfy, and pretty much I wore just my normal tops, anything with some stretch in it or really like flowy. This is like a tunic. I loved tunics with leggings, were really comfortable, or dresses, but I found tunics with leggings worked best for that fall time to stay warm. And then I did convert more towards the end of the first trimester to wearing mostly flat shoes. I tried not to wear wedges as much because my hips were expanding and it put a lot of pressure on them. So I tried to just be really kind to my body. And that's the biggest thing in the first trimester. You just have to know when to take it easy, when to give yourself rest and what your body needs, and just listen to it and commit to it and be honest with the people around you. They love you and they'll be there for you. They'll understand and they'll be willing to help you. So those are my first trimester favorites and some of the things that really helped make pregnancy a little bit easier. Another thing is just to remember, you are making a human, you're doing amazing, and just that is enough. Everything else is a bonus. So you're doing amazing, mama. Have a great week wherever you are. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification to know when I post new videos. Bye bye, friends.